Welcome back to Rodecast, guys. Hope y'all doing well out there. I'm your host, Rod, as always. And in this video, we're going to be talking about KCAL News once again trying to get us to cry for an illegal who was arrested by ICE, this time in one of the Home Depot raids that happened about 2 weeks ago. So we're going to be going through this once again and breaking down the ridiculous arguments that they make in every single video to try to make us feel bad for the fact that some illegal got dragged away after she broke into our country without any permission. And they want us to cry for these people. They're hoping that that would lead to some kind of change, that there would be some public uprising against ICE and against the immigration agenda of the president, which people on the conservative side who care about borders has been waiting for more than 50 years. And people are so happy about what's happening right now. There's not going to be any public outcry against this, which is what they want to create here. So their strategy is failing and their credibility is going down the drain because they keep omitting key facts in these cases to try to make us feel bad and to try to pull at people's heartstrings without actually explaining what's going on. And when the dishonesty is exposed, it's their credibility that takes a hit. A lot of unsuspecting people watch these videos and they feel sad and they end up going out to these protests to try to stop ICE. And they're going to get themselves into trouble, American citizens, trying to defend these invaders into our country.
Not only on KCAL News, we are hearing from 3 teens after their mother was detained by immigration agents while working as a food vendor. She was taken into custody last Friday in Van Nuys. Her children telling our Luz Delia Caballero they are trying to figure out what to do next.
Mi corazón está partido.
Anderson is only 14 years old and he's learning to navigate a world without his mom.
Of course, Anderson doesn't speak any English whatsoever, and neither do any of the children and the mom. Because, again, they're not supposed to be here. Anybody who doesn't speak English should be deported ASAP immediately.
Me he puesto bien triste.
He tells us he's heartbroken and sad that his mom, Jenny Perez Quinilla, who is undocumented, was detained by federal immigration officials on the morning of August 15th, just outside of a Van Nuys Home Depot while selling food to support her family.
Do you have a...
Yeah, it sucks for him that Yanni was deported, or is gonna get deported. She was arrested. Yanni should have thought about following the law before she broke into George Washington's country, as if she owned the place, which she does not, and neither does Anderson. Anderson needs to go back to whatever country Yanni came from. Okay, so you guys can go back with your mom. There doesn't need to be any separation here.
Do you have a warrant?
But he isn't alone. His older siblings, 17-year-old.
So there was another idiot there, some liberal white guy screaming about a warrant. As I've explained numerous times in all my videos, ICE does not need warrants to detain people in public spaces. And then once they have probable cause, they can arrest them for immigration violations. They do not need a judicial warrant signed by a judge. They only need a warrant if they want to go inside a private space like somebody's house. Then they need a warrant. Otherwise, they can arrest people. And once more, Home Depot's parking spaces are technically private property, but they have public access, so ICE can arrest people there. So that's the law.
Audi and 19-year-old Joshua are also devastated.
You were working when she was detained.
Sí.
Adding his mother is a hardworking single parent who's worked tirelessly to give them opportunities since all of them arrived in LA from Guatemala 3 years ago.
Que es trabajadora.
Yes, since they broke in 3 years ago. I don't care how hard she works. There are many hardworking Americans as well, which the local news never covers. They only care about hard work when it comes to these illegals. And that's their best argument. I don't care how hard they work. First of all, I doubt the hard working part. So they certainly steal our jobs, but I don't know about hard working. But let's say they do work hard. So what? Work ethic is not a qualification, a valid qualification to invade somebody's country. I can't enter Japan illegally and claim later on that I work really hard, so it's okay that I just randomly broke into their land. Okay, that is not a valid argument. Since I'm not Japanese, I wasn't born in Japan, it would be a crime for me to break into their country. Like you would expect for somebody to not break into your house, because it's not their property and they can't be there. So this is about maintaining standards, and these people don't understand any standards or limits. They think they can go anywhere, and as long as they make an excuse that sounds good, it's okay to be there. It is not.
Sí, realmente eso es cierto.
Quinilla's 3 children have asked us not to show their face. 2 of them are in this country legally, and 1 is hoping to get legal residency at their next scheduled court hearing.
Okay, so ICE needs to go after the kid who's illegal and drag him away as well. Then Yanni and him can be together in Guatemala.
Feel like your world has changed. Sientes que el mundo de ustedes ha cambiado totalmente sin ella.
Sí, claro.
Naudi says
Did you see what happened there? The reporter had to speak in Spanish because she didn't even understand the question that was asked of her.
scheduled court hearing.
Do you feel like your world has changed? Sientes que el mundo de ustedes ha cambiado totalmente sin ella.
Sí, claro.
Naudi says she and her siblings are still in a state of shock, not knowing when or even if they'll ever see their mother again.
And do you talk?
If you don't want uncertainty like that, tell your mom not to commit crimes. See, you're feeling that uncertainty, not because it's our fault, but because it's your mom's fault. She decided to break into a land that she has no right to be in, and now she's paying the consequences for her actions. So don't cry to us. Go tell her that she did something wrong and she's facing the consequences of her actions. Many Americans are arrested every day in front of their children because they committed crimes. That's called the law. Okay, and that happens to white people and black people in America every day. Okay, that's called life in America. We have law and order here, and if you don't follow the law, then you get arrested by the police. Your mom broke immigration law, so she was arrested by the immigration police, called ICE.
With her on the phone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Limited or a long time or a
No,
little bit?
limited.
Phone dates that have become a time these teens value most because they miss their mom dearly.
No tener un abrazo.
Missing her hugs, her words of comfort, and her presence. Adding on August 18th, Guinea turned 39. Her birthday spent in federal custody, far away from the children and parents she loves.
Your first birthday without her.
Ya, sí, primero.
The first they've missed, but they're hoping it will be the last and that their mom will be home soon.
You're going to need to go and spend time in Guatemala if you want to see your mom, because she is never coming back. Okay. See, the birthday stuff, this is all heartstrings, pulling at people's heartstrings, trying to make specifically white women feel bad because white women are very kind and nice people, and they're trying to target them. And that's how you get all these white women coming out to these protests and bleeding their hearts out for these people, the people who invaded their country. Okay, that's their main demographic that they're aiming for, because white women are such kind and nice people in general. So they use these sob stories to try to get them to come out to these protests. Their empathy, unfortunately, goes too far, including caring about criminals. That's the bad part. There's some white men too, no doubt. Okay, just bleeding heart liberals overall. But mainly they're targeting that white female demographic, which they want to use against ICE and against Trump and against, conservatives who care about borders.
I need her.
Naudi, her siblings, and their grandparents tell us they need and want Guinea home.
Estoy muy destrozada.
Lisette and her husband Luis are caring for their grandchildren, but say
of course, the grandparents who've been here for a while and seem more established, they don't speak a word of English either. Okay, local newsman, they think they're helping these people, but they're not by exposing all this stuff. No respect whatsoever for the country that they're coming in. If I move to Japan, you better believe I'm going to be fluent in Japanese before I go, out of respect for the people of that country, because I'm a guest in their country and I should respect them. These people break in here illegally and do not want to learn the language. After spending 20, 30 years here, ICE is dragging people away and they can't speak a single word of English.
the person they need is their mom, a woman they say has a heart of gold.
Ella es muy linda.
Es bien difícil.
The Department of Homeland Security confirmed
Yeah, having a heart of gold does not qualify you to invade a foreign country and pretend like you're supposed to be there and then work illegally to make money. Okay, she was working as a street vendor, which means she was not paying any taxes. Street vendors, there are some legal ones, people who have permits in California because we allow this kind of third world behavior, but a lot of them are not even licensed. No regulations whatsoever, no permits, nothing. Okay, no taxes either, by the way. And if she's raising 3 kids, you better believe she's on some kind of food stamps or government assistance. So we are bankrolling her illegal existence in this country. There can actually be illegals. There are signs held up by these liberals saying no one's illegal. Actually, all these people are illegals. Okay, they're all illegals. There are illegal humans. And here, one was removed out of our country.
U.S. Border Patrol conducted a targeted immigration operation at a Home Depot in Van Nuys, saying Yeni Perez Quinilla is, quote, an illegal alien from Guatemala who was operating as an unlicensed vendor without authorization to work in the country. An online fundraiser has been created to help support the teens as their mother was the breadwinner of the household.
So, like I said, not supposed to be here, but nevertheless, KCAL News wants us to feel sorry for this person and did this whole segment and do multiple segments every day trying to get us to feel bad for these illegals when they're the ones who commit the crime. It's like expecting the victims, which is all of us who've been invaded, to feel bad for the invaders. It's hilarious, and they'll use any kind of trick and sob story to try to accomplish that, try to make us feel bad for enforcing our laws. You can't make this stuff up, okay? But they're doing it, and that's why I cover it, because I find this outrageous, as many citizens who are supposed to be here do. And that's all I got to say for this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Stay safe out there.